Hey, hello there, welcome back to the Big Weather Update. Today, we have a couple things we'll be going over. We have a slight risk across the next 3 days, and on top of that, we have a couple flash flood, excessive rainfall. We have slight risk. I think day 1 and 2, marginal risk on day 3. With day 3 in particular could be the most significant out of the next 3 days. However, though, looking at the tropics, there is nothing active right now. Woohoo! Except for 94p, we are absolutely quiet right now, it seems. I'll keep it that way. For a while, actually. We just don't want to go over it right now. Again, welcome to May. Peak tornado season. It's now underway. So right now we have red flag warnings across North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and then Montana, 5 center. Yep. And also flash flood watches across Texas, Louisiana, and then Alabama and Mississippi. We could be seeing quite the heavy batch of rain, and that could be certainly causing some problems. And we certainly do not really want to do that right now. It's been already many flash flood warnings, actually. Right now, looking at this so far, we have again a large warm sector around this with the system, and this one's going to continue to truck eastward, bringing in some severe weather, actually, maybe soon enough. However, though, very large-scale system across the Canadian border and points towards the west coast, as temperatures are in the 80s, low 90s have been recorded across Iowa, Nebraska, even Minnesota and South Dakota, I believe. We're looking at tomorrow, though. System's going to continue to get closer to the Midwest, and it's actually practically on top of it. Thunderstorms possible across Michigan, and also Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and also Minnesota. It's gonna be certainly interesting to see what goes down. But also the coast of Florida, we have a stationary boundary, which it's gonna be firing, and then also on Monday we have a large area of thunderstorms across Illinois, Illinois, Wisconsin, Missouri, Kansas, maybe even not across to Colorado and New Mexico, and points towards the East Coast to get to the coast of the Carolinas and Georgia, and even the Gulf Coast. Very large warm sector still. Deep, around moderately deep low, two lows under 1,000 millibars. As this continues to move towards the east on Tuesday, still seeing a large area of thunderstorms still possible as we enter day 4. And we're seeing another system coming in off the west coast. That'll be bringing maybe some minor impacts, really. So it's gonna be certainly interesting as we continue to fast forward this. As the system's continuing, we have thunderstorms possible across Kansas, the East Coast, and also for Colorado. So right now, at this point, if there's gonna be severe storms, it's quite uncertain. To be fair with everyone, however, though, expect rain at the very least, though. So, as this continue on, that system is still pulling off the U.S. coast. We're still seeing thunderstorms possible across Florida and Georgia. And as we still have that main system, and we have that system across the Midwest, and then we have another system, powerful, a pretty deep low coming off the Pacific, going on shore. That could be, we'll be seeing how that fares. We move on to the next day. That system is now pulling up to the east. The storm system across the Midwest is expected to dissipate, and we still see thunderstorms possible across southern Florida. then entering the last day, I believe, as we still have that pretty deep trough across the Wyoming, and it's gonna be continuing to push off towards the east. And right now, Ensemble forecast members are right now showing potential, in quotes, maybe a severe weather, but I take that really with a grain of salt at all, really. However, though, moving on, we have slight risk tonight for Louisiana, maybe Texas as well, then also Texas, Louisiana. Slight risk across Kansas, and then also for Colorado and Nebraska, Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma. We have a slight risk across also across Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas, and a marginal risk across Oklahoma, and also for Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama. Then day 3, we have a slight risk across Oklahoma, Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, maybe Mississippi as well, Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, and also for Kansas as well. We have a marginal across basically the same states, except for Texas and Louisiana. But anyways, though, looking at tonight, we have 5% tornado probabilistic chances within 25 miles of a given point. As again, another threat will be 15% wind, 5% hail. So right now it's looking rather interesting to say the least on what's going to occur, really. But again, Gulf Coast threat tonight. Maybe a couple of bad supercells are possible. Day 2, we have 5% tornado, 15% wind, 15% hail. Across the southeast, we have 15% wind, 15% hail. Across the other slight risk across Kansas and Colorado. So, with that though, I'm pretty certain across that's some I don't know what I'm about to say. But anyways, moving on, we have 15% significant probabilistic chances across. But main threat really is for large hail over 2 inches in diameter, and also and then also wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour is possible. Looking at the rain for the next 7 days across the southeast, still heavy rains expected. Several inches is possible. That's why we have flash flood watches. I'm assuming, really, since some heavy rains definitely around 5 inches, maybe even 4 to 5 inches. It's possible across Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi. But looking at the excessive rainfall, though, with a slight risk across Texas and then also across Louisiana. But we have a marginal across Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, which is going to be quite interesting since, several inches have been falling pretty recently, in fact. But, let's see. However, though, moving on to day 2, we have slight risk across Alabama, southern Mississippi, and Louisiana, marginal across Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and Colorado, Arkansas, maybe a small portion of Oklahoma, Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama. So, looking at the next couple days, seeing some flash floods across the Gulf Coast is appearing to be maybe like 1 or 2 significant events is possible. Day 3, we have a marginal across Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois. But moving on, though. The CPC outlook across the Northeast, across the northern states in general, and a small portion of the Southeast. Right now, we're looking at much below average temperatures across Texas and most of the southern plain states, looking at way above average precipitation, above average temperatures. So pretty split pattern really, as we have quite the cold wave. But really looking into precipitation outlook across majority of the country really has above average or neutral. Across the south and southwest we have below average, and maybe across the Great Lakes region we have also below average expected. So yeah. So really that's all I have to say for the 6 to 10 day outlook. However, though, moving on, across the northern states, we're still seeing below average temperatures. Across the southern states, we have above average temperatures. So this could mean a lot of things technically, as we are looking at we're looking at a pretty split pattern really across northern and southern states. But still, precipitation across from Texas, northern plains, and even the Northeast, above average precipitation, still looking pretty likely. And across the West Coast and portions of the Southeast, still looking at below average precipitation. But apart from that, that's really it. Hope you did enjoy, and yeah, that's really all I have to say. And yeah, goodbye.